right, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Shamal Kassad, giving all thanks to the Most High Yahweh and his beloved son Hamashiach Yahushai. Today is September 12th, 2025. And boy, I tell you, it's been a wild week. It's been a wild week in the current events world. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Bible prophecy has been coming to pass right before our eyes. If you just join the show, please like the stream, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying out I'm trying out Restream. You know what I'm saying, giving it a shot because StreamYards stream don't get me wrong, StreamYards is great, but ever since they went up on the plans and started limit and restrict stuff, is like yeah. So and for the kerfuffle that happened yesterday. I apologize to anyone that was watching that show. Had a lot of technical difficulties, so I had to pretty much like rework the show to give you the end product that you guys are seeing now. So that being said, I just want to say give all thanks to the Most High Yahweh and the beloved son Hamashiach Yahushai. I hope everyone is doing well on this Sabbath Eve. The Sabbath will be here in a few hours. Just want to just want to say it's great in the land of it's great to be in the land of the living. You know, and that regardless of whatever that we was dealing with, whatever hardships of life that we're dealing with, to be above ground, it's a very good day. You know what I'm saying, brother? Michael, shalom, shalom. Hope all is well. You know what I'm saying? And for everyone, listen, y'all see the news, y'all know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to. I don't even have to beat y'all over the head with it. Y'all already know what's going on. But there's several things with that that a lot of folks have missed that I'm here to bring to your attention. For those listening, please let me know if the sound is good. I'm using the lapel mic, so I'm just rocking it. I might switch on and off from the lapel mic to the regular. I guess I'm on the phone now, so I'm used to the phone mic. So let me know if the sound is clear. Give me some feedback. Let me know if you enjoying the show. Bubba Kasha. But yeah, listen, we back. Listen, we see everything that happened this past week. And it's been a very wild week. But there's several things that a lot of folks did not see. The inner workings of everything that led up to, was it yesterday or the day before? Everything that led up to that. It's a lot of stuff that a lot of folks have not seen. A lot of inner workings with that damn devil Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? He's in the spirit world. You know what I'm saying? And let me first start off by saying, listen, I'm not over here rejoicing and be like, aha, but keeping an absolute stack. I'm not mourning for this dude either. And I'm gonna give you a disclaimer warning. I got 3 disclaimers for you on this show today. Number one, it's gonna be a lot of videos. I had to chop a lot of videos to try to edit to play. So, be prepared for that. Number two, obviously I'm gonna come heavy with the scripts. And number three, I'm gonna come with the pure hellfire and brimstone. So please forgive me if any strong language was to come out of my mouth. Pause. But Shah, please forgive me. It says silence to wild, Mike Water. So, without further ado, Charlie Kirk is dead. He's in the spirit world. The Most High took him out. And before that, they had the situation with the white Ukrainian girl, that white Ukrainian girl from Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? That got taken out on the train. You know what I'm saying? By a bugged out Jake. Listen, these two incidents are, how can I say this? Our people, you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, y'all really need to pay attention and see the writings on the wall, because it's going to be a huge backlash that in some form or fashion will affect our people. You know what I'm saying? So understand that. You know what I'm saying? So, let me get my 7 scriptures now for the brothers that might be listening. If you got any precepts that you wanna add in, hey, throw it on the chat. But the first scripture we're gonna get right now is Matthew chapter 12. We start at verse 22. Because one of the main things that you see going on is Esau fighting against Esau. The Republicans against the Democrats. The liberals against the conservatives. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but inner fighting. Nothing but inner fighting. To the point where it's about to get messy. It's getting messy, as you see. You know what I'm saying? And it's about to get to the point where it's gonna get violent. I'm telling you right now. Listen, from what I see, it's going to get violent. And I want you guys to be prepared for this. So Matthew chapter 12, verse 22. Hold up. Sorry, verse 25, Salakia. Well, matter of fact, let's start at 22. Then brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb, and he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. So, during the time of Yahweh Shai, the Pharisees and Sadducees and stuff, they were accusing Yahweh Shai of a lot of things. And one thing they were saying that he was a demon. You know what I'm saying? That he got his powers from Satan. So when they saw Yahweh Shai heal the blind, you know what I'm saying, and the people that were and the people dumb, meaning like you're mute, that you can't talk. So you know what I'm saying? So when they started talking, they were confounded. Verse 23, and all the people were amazed and said, is this not the son of David? Verse 24, but when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fellow doth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. So they're saying that, hey man, these people that possessed with demons, that are blind and they can't talk and stuff, they say that Yahushua had a demon, he's casting out their own demons. So Yahushua came back and cut him. He said, 25, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? You know what I'm saying? And if I be Beelzebub, so he be he cut them like with a rhetorical question. And if I be Beelzebub, cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of the Most High, then the kingdom of God is come unto you. You know what I'm saying? So bring that out to say, hey, listen, y'all, it's the same how y'all said with them. It's the same thing with Babylon the Great. Any kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. You know what I'm saying? So if two demons are fighting against each other and they both supposed to be on the same side, that kingdom's not going to stand. And same thing like in the faith. Same thing on the side of righteousness. If two brothers that's supposed to be right and righteous and they both fighting each other where they're supposed to be on the same team, it's not going to stand. Come on. You see all the time on sports teams. You know what I'm saying? Uh, um, uh, One player don't like the other, and you know the inner team fighting. Listen, if they don't get that check, that team is gonna lose. That team gonna get washed in every game. You know, so that's why. And so that's the point of how Shaw is making, and I bring that scripture out to say, hey, listen, Babylon is falling, America is falling. This whole liberals liberals versus the conservatives is getting to the point where it's violence. And listen, it was going on way before the Charlie Kirk thing. I don't know if you guys remember earlier this year, it was uh, a Democratic like senator from was it Minnesota that got deleted by the range Republican shooter. And even in the years past, you know what I'm saying? So this is Esau's kingdom fighting against himself. Listen, it's the same like with the Romans. You know what I'm saying? When you read upon the history of the Roman Caesars, they were always fighting each other. There's always surmising and you know, undermining and you know what I'm saying, to one up each other. And this is what you see today, Babylon the Great, to the point where you start seeing, you know, fighting, wars. You know what I'm saying? Shootings, mass shootings, politicians getting deleted. And I'm not talking about Charlie Kirk because he's no damn politician. He's just a devil. He's just a devil with a mic. That's it. But I'm talking about actual politicians. And if oh man, I forgot what year it was, but there was like this white Edomite senator that got in Arizona that got shot in her head. This was like maybe like a decade or two ago. Like she lived, she made it, but you know she was jacked up from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Esau's kingdom fighting against himself. And with that, and I say all that to say this is the perfect time for us to fall back. Do not get involved in the political gangbanging. Don't do it at all. Especially you calling yourself a Hebrew Israelite, a person that's supposed to be not of this world. Yeah, you should have no business getting involved in political gangbanging at all. You know what I'm saying? So let, let's um let's go to what you call it and let's and Slakia, Isaiah 49. That's the second scripture, Isaiah 49 and 26. Because right now, listen, Esau, listen, they caught, especially now since they caught the dude. Well, the patsy, I should say. Because 9 times out of 10, he probably wasn't the real shooter. He's just the fall guy. But even with that, with all the inner workings and underhanded stuff that's going on that we all may not know about, guess what? You know, this is Esau turning on each other. This king Esau, this kingdom is turning on each other. So that's Isaiah 49. Let me start at 27. Slack at 26. Matter of fact, 25. But thus said the Lord, e- even even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contendeth with thee, and I will save thy children. So the most I say that he's going to fight for the people. He's going to fight the people that fights us. He's going to go after the people. He's going to get at the people that's getting at us. You know what I'm saying? So that we don't be destroyed. And what's that? Verse 26. And I will feed them that oppress thee their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood and with sweet wine, and all flesh shall know that I am Yahweh and thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. So yeah, the Most High is causing this kingdom to turn against each other. And you see that now. Listen, not just with the Democrats and Republicans. It's now a lot of these Republicans, they starting to turn on Amalek, aka the small hats. Listen, if you on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, you should see all the jacked up stuff that they talking wild crazy about Amalek, man. And not for nothing, it's kind of a rightly so, because listen, Amalek have their hand in a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Pushing all kinds of ideologies. And listen, a lot of us think it's just us that's getting jacked up, with their dirty work. Nah, the regular Edomites are getting jacked up too. And a lot of them are waking up to it, and they starting to turn on them. Tell me I'm lying. So now, you know what I'm saying. While you see the Republicans that's pro Israel, pro Amalek. And listen, a lot of these that's the one you see on TV. A lot of these one that you don't see on TV, that's on social media. Listen, they going with Amalek neck hard. You know what I'm saying? Inner workings, fighting amongst each other. Listen, their kingdom cannot stand, because listen, whether Amalek or whether it's Amalek or Esau, they both come from the same kingdom. They both come from the same tribe or same descendant, Edom, Esau. So now they're starting to turn on each other, and for whatever reason, uh, I'm assuming the powers that be, you know what I'm saying, decide that, yeah, Charlie Kirk, yeah, that it's your time to go, buddy. Bop, goodbye. They all starting to turn and feed on each other. That's a sign that this kingdom is going down. So now I'm gonna start sharing a bunch of videos one by one, and I'm gonna show you this one of people starting to bug out because their little racist savior, Charlie Kirk, died. I don't know if you guys seen it already, but in case you haven't, I'm gonna show it to you. Hold on. Let me. It's like, yeah. Let me. Slocky, I'm still getting a hand of whatchamacallit. Getting a hand of this. All right. Here we go.
This is such bullshit. I've never been so pissed in my whole life. And this murder of Charlie Kirk right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit. I just saw blood squirting out of his neck. I love that guy. He would have been our next president. I am so pissed right now. Why do they always come with fucking violence? Gosh damn it. Use your freaking words as they're talking to you people. Who shot Charlie Kirk? I'm driving down a Provo right now. I'm so pissed. Damn it.
See that? Grown ass men crashing out, crying like little children because they're racist icon. You know, the Most High took them out. Hmm? And I'm telling you, people like that, you got to be careful of. So that's one of my points that I want to let you guys know on this show. Listen, keep your head on the swivel because these people, they about to crash out. They are about to crash out. But before we do that, I want to get into something that was going on before this incident of Charlie Kirk getting clapped. And the situation with the Russian girl. Sorry, the Ukrainian girl. And listen, it's very graphic. So viewer discretion is advised. I'm going to show you the clip and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that was being said by Charlie Kirk and other people. I got the receipts. So you ready? Here we go. Let me know if you guys can see what happened.
Joy Reid.
So that was a bugged out Jake. That's certified 730. That's certified mentally ill. That decided to just attack a random person that's sitting in front of him. And because his comments are after he deleted that white girl, is what causing a lot of these alt-right folks to go off the deep end and come up with all kinds of bullshit, asinine theories and saying all kinds of wild, extremely reckless stuff. And I'm telling you guys, I don't know if you got the stomach for it, but I'm gonna show it to you on this show. So sign off in the chat. Are you ready to deep dive to see how much these Edomites hate you? How ill these how much ill will these Edomites have towards you? Sound off in the chat if you can. Put a 1 if you're ready, put a 2 if you're not. Because I'm telling you, listen. Yeah, what's the scripture say? Edom has a perpetual hatred. Yeah, he has a very perpetual hatred, a huge perpetual hatred towards us. and he's going to show it a lot in these last days. So let me show the scene one more time so that you guys could, you know. And the funny thing is, like the people, for those who actually seen the video, that he attacked that white girl so fast that by the time the people um caught on to what was going on, it was too late. It was too late. Becky got poked up. Like, what you want them to do? Well, I'm gonna show you the perpetual hatred that each Esau have for our people and the type of shit that they're saying. So, you guys ready? Here we go. Now, this is me. These videos of me, I'm gonna let you know in advance that these are videos of me screen recording on Twitter. And some of the shit that you guys about to see, again, viewer discretion is advised. You were warned. So I can be now this is the sorry, Slakia. Damn it. Jeez. Now this is the black woman that's speaking about what happened, and they are going in on that lady. See, calling her the N word. You see, calling me the N word will change the fact that a white man. That's the aftermath of when Kirk got his comeuppance by the Most High. That's not the clip. That's not the clip I wanted. I want it's another clip. Let me see. It's another clip I wanted. Let me see. Wait, let me start. Slack it. All right, this is a long video, so watch. Bury me. Let me know if you guys are following. If you guys enjoy the show, please sound off. Wait, what the hell? Uh, Now this is me scrolling and just screen recording all the sideways stuff. And look whose page I'm on. Your boy Elon Musk. And I'm gonna pause it to the stuff that I need you guys to pay very close attention to. Wait, right here. This is a good one. Until the left admits the truth about race and crime, its efforts to shout out To shout the right down over cases like this will only provoke more anger. So here's the thing that you guys don't understand. They're saying with all the incidents of, Pookie, Ray Thuggo, basically two-third Jake wilding out and attacking random, white people, they're going into fear mode, saying that black people is perpetually violent. They're saying that it basically the Israelites, Jake, Judah, mainly Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Southern Kingdom, that we're just perpetually violent, and that we're purposely targeting them to beat them up and do bodily harm to them, blah blah blah, and woo woo woo, and that it's not a Democrat or a public issue or a mental health issue; it's a race issue. Black people are just damn violent. This is what they're pushing. This is the agenda that they're pushing behind the scenes. This is what you're not seeing on TV. What you're seeing is the clean version, the sanitized version. As you see, screenshot that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And read that caption right there. Black men commit a huge amount of violent crimes in the United States. Every statistics confirm this fact. Black people make up almost 47,000 of the 81,000 murder suspects whose race was known to police in the last 5 years, according to the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the FBI. Most of the killers are men. Put another put another way, black men who made up about 1/14 of the American population commit over half of these homicides. So that's the dog whistle that they're blowing. So when you're on social media and you get into it with one of these Edomites and they quote and was that 1350 or 1365 or 1355 or whatever nonsense they want to drag out their ass, is a convoluted breakdown of blacks, black folks being 30% of the population, and that we commit the most violent crime. You know what I'm saying? And they love to throw that shit in our face. And you wanna know who was one of them? Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. That's not what that's not what they're telling you on these on TV. Oh, he's a conservative a talking head that goes to colleges and debates people. But that pardon my French, that dirty motherfucker was talking all kinds of greasy stuff about black folks, constantly bringing up and throwing the crime rate. Yeah, yeah. You see the Daniel Penny, so they basically, you know, they're still glazing Daniel Penny, for choking out that Jake, Jordan Neely. So listen, it's gonna get racist. And that's the thing with what these alt right do. They love sharing, like that's all you see on X. They just sharing um horror stories, videos of Jake bugging out. Whether it's two-third, like someone that's mentally ill, or just some YNs that just want to come here create mischief. Because that's the thing with our people. Our people, listen, sad to say, our people are being degenerates. You know, listen, it is what it is. Our people love to be wicked. Our people love to be degenerates. And because the actions of a few, let's pause right here. Let's pause right here. And because of the actions of a few, all of Israel, you know, has to suffer. Now let's see. What do we have right here? Mr. Tech Boy himself, aka some of these stupid content creators call him the next they call him the Tony real life Tony Stark. I'll call him the real life Lex Luthor. So let's see what wannabe Lex Luthor has to say. He's showing the visual of the murder rate of all races. And just watch. Again, y'all, listen, all this is a dog whistle. All of this is a dog whistle. You know what I'm saying? Fear mongering and all of that. Yeah, yeah, all that was me. You know what I'm saying? Fear mongering and all of that. And look at that. Someone cut Elon Musk and said another day of race baiting brought to you by Elon Musk. And listen, that's all that little grimy, filthy bastard does, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all that bastard does. Fear mongering, you know, he constantly posting about the low birth rates that Esau is facing, and that mainly the black folks, the Israel in America, the Israelites in Africa, Ham in Africa, and Ishmael, like their birth rates are skyrocketing. So he's constantly posting stats on that, which again is a dog whistle to let white people know that their numbers are dwindling. What was that? Illa, the producer, it said another day of race baiting brought to you by Elon Musk. When a race war kicks off, he'll be like, "I didn't do anything," which is true. People starting to call him and other people of notoriety out about this. Listen, this is Trump buddy. This is Trump man's. Oh, that Matt Washer. Oh man, you guys gonna love the video that I got about that bastard. Hmm? You guys gonna love the video I have on that bastard. Oh look, JD Vance, and oh man, I got something on him too. I got something on him too. Again, I really need Israel to know what what is really going on behind the scenes, and what type of environment that we're in now. I think it's I think was it looping? I think it's so yeah. Listen, I need you guys to understand this. Like listen, this ain't for play. Hmm? Yeah. It basically looped. So yeah, that's it on that. So yeah, listen, you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, you understand that you are the children of Israel. Time to repent. Time to keep the commandments. Understand the time that you in. Because listen, at the rate that these devils are going, listen, All that tap dancing and soft shoe nonsense that these quote unquote black conservatives do on social media. Listen, man, when it really breaks down, when all hell break loose, it, that's not going to help them. You know what I'm saying? Mike Allah, Detroit, Shalom, Shalom. Hope all is well. And I got some Edomite. I don't know who the hell are you, but you could go somewhere. So yeah, I need you guys to understand the dog whistle. So let me get my third scripture. First Peter's 5 and 8. Understand that. Understand at the time that we're in. You know what I'm saying? Now not the time to be have your head in the clouds. Worrying about bitches, worrying about hoes. None of that. Worrying about vanity, superficial things. Nah, this is the time for you to be worrying about getting yourself right with the Most High, keeping the commandments, having the faith in Hamashiach. You know what I'm saying? So that the Lord will protect you from all the madness that's going on and for everything that's going to happen in these last days. So, First Peter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeing who may devour. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you need to understand. Listen, this ain't the time to have your head in the clouds. This ain't the time. This ain't the time to be focusing on randomness to work. Yeah, I get it. Like most of us, we just focusing trying to keep our head above water. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to roll on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's that song on Tupac, Dear Mama? Everything's gonna be all right if you hold on. It's a struggle every day. You gotta roll on. You know what I'm saying? For us, we just worry about keeping our heads above water, and that's all we could do. But anything beside that, you know, the kids of this life, it should. How can I say this? And this goes for me too. It shouldn't be too weighed down on it to the part where it knocks you off center from your focus to the Most High. Because only that is what's going to deliver us in these last days. So you gotta be vigilant. You gotta be sober. You know what I'm saying? And let me go. Uh, not to play to get, not to keep playing it, but I gotta play that situation, that white girl getting deleted. Hmm? Hmm? And and, and not for nothing, and that's another thing I gotta talk about. That woman was a refugee from another country, from a war-torn country, came over here, for protection and to get away from the war, and the Lord had it where she get deleted anyway. Which means what? If the Most High got you marked for death, you ain't safe nowhere. Huh? Let me say that again. The Lord has you marked for death. You're not safe anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Let me get 1 Samuel 2 and 6. First Samuel 2 and 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave, and he bringeth up. He maketh poor, he maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. It's like lost my place. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. So yeah, listen, life and death, that's in the hands of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And whether Israelite or Gentile, you know, you know what I'm saying? If you live to see another day, that's because the Lord, you know what I'm saying, the Lord orchestrated it. That's because the Lord willed it. If not, then you done. Now I'm not saying what happened, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying how can I say this? That wicked 2/3 bug out was justified in deleting that white girl. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What I'm saying is that the Lord had the spirits of vengeance that's all around you. It could come it could come in the form of a natural disaster. You know what I'm saying? It could come in the form of an animal. It can even come in the form of a human. For whatever reason, the Most High wanted her gone, and gone she is. So I need you guys to know that. And listen, not to take jabs at them, but you want to know who this cuts? Not to throw them under the bus, but there was an Israelite congregation that was once preaching the whole you gotta physically flee Babylon. You know what I'm saying? With that they twist Revelations 18:4 to mean that you have to physically leave Babylon, physically leave America, instead of like spiritually. So what some of them did was, you know, pack their stuff, sold their houses, sold their stuff, they did all of that. And some of them went to Egypt, you know what I'm saying? But the messed up thing about it, that they the time where it was in Egypt, they got caught up in the bunch of riots and uprisings that happened back in, was it 2010, 2011? That's called, what was it, the Arab Spring. You know what I'm saying? That whole bunch of uprising where they the people in Egypt wanted their prime minister, was that Hosni Mubarak, to get out. Yeah, they was over there during that time, and a lot of them got pretty much stuck in the midst of that. You know what I'm saying? Now I hope that they was able to get out of that in one piece. But I'm just saying, like, listen, if you think running from here to there, you know what I'm saying, it's going to make you safe. Listen, if the Lord has it, if the Lord has it where he wants you off this earth, you're not safe anywhere at all. And this Edomite woman, listen, whatever the will that the Most High had for her, whatever reason that the Most High had for her to not be living anymore, that was His will. And regardless of what the alt right or anybody has to say, then that's it. That was it. So I want you guys to understand that. So hold up, select it. Got that precept. Sirach in the Apocrypha 39, and let's start at 28. So in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 29, verse 28. Verse 39, verse 28. And it reads, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their forces and appease the wrath of him that made them. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death. All these things were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. So yeah, how exactly that little European girl got taken out? She got poked. She got poked with a blade. And whatever the reason for it, that's what the Lord willed it. So let that be a lesson to Israel. Listen, you could go from one word to another to avoid death. If the Lord have it where if the Lord has you marked for judgment, you're gonna get judged regardless of where you go. I'm paraphrasing the scripture with the scripture where it said, um, is it anywhere that you could go that's too far, that's out of reach of the Most High, something along those lines. So yeah, whatever reason, yeah, Becky's gone. And these racist scumbags, they blaming us. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even the fact that they're blaming it on because not for nothing, the guy that deleted her, from what I read from him, severe mental illness, 14 arrests for assault and I guess for other things, and that um because he, for what and that it got to a point where during one of his arrests that his own mother pleaded to the court to not let him out because he's mentally ill. He seriously needs help. And for whatever reason, the people decided the court decided to let him out anyway, to let him know, hey, listen, that's judgment. And it's like not judgment, but like that's I guess that's the Lord's will. You know what I'm saying? But one thing is, even with us Israelites, you gotta keep your head on the swivel. You have to keep your head on the swivel. Because I have to say, many of us, we live in jacked up cities. We live in rough cities where you got to deal with, the Pookie element. Pookie, man, Duggo, Nug, Pistol Pete, you know what I'm saying? Just being a damn terror to their communities. And we got to live amongst that. You know what I'm saying? So that's another lesson I want you guys to understand. Always keep your head on the swivel. Because this is judgment season. You know what I'm saying? And you don't, how can I say, to make sure that you're right with the Most High. So even if you're in a case where you dealing with a mentally ill, or you're near or around a mentally ill person, that the Most High angels will guard you. You know what I'm saying? For us, brothers and sisters, listen. There might be times you might be walking late at night and you think you by yourself, and from like someone that might see you by yourself, they, from their perspective, they might see someone walking with you. You know what I'm saying? The person that might be walking with you is the Most High's angels. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be in a situation where you might get into it. You might get into it with Duggo or someone that's mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High have your the angel that's protecting you speaking to their ear, tell them, "I wish you would." You know what I'm saying? Somebody trying to rob you, somebody. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you never know. Listen, in the kingdom, we will probably. Well, right now we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But in the kingdom, we'll probably find out all kinds of situations that we avoided because the Most High had His angels guarding us. Hmm? You know what I'm saying? You walking down the street, mind your business, and some gangbanger, might want to rob you, and then, all of a sudden, he hears a voice saying, like, "I wish you would try to rob that person." You know what I'm saying? I wish you would. The Most High gonna jack your ass up, and that person like, you know what? Nah. And you probably get home from work, you thinking that it is a regular schmegular day. You know what I'm saying? But really, the Most High had His angels protect you from wicked people. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, it's something to consider. It's something to consider. And it may not be with Jake, and maybe with racist Edomites. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For those you might be live around some Edomites, they might be trying to do. They might be looking for a victim to mess with, and they probably see you and sizing you up and stuff, and then they probably heard that voice saying, "Yeah, yeah, I wish you would touch my servant." And anybody like, nah, and especially the mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I have a few, like a couple of stories where I'm out and about, whether at night or broad daylight, and I see someone that's mentally ill and bugging out, look like he might attack somebody and stuff, and that person take one good look at me, and then just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Listen, for all I know, that could have been my guardian angel giving, telling him like, yeah, go ahead, try it. You know what I'm saying? But my whole point of that is say, hey, listen, if you want the Most High to send His angels to guard you and your family from all harm and danger, you have to be right with the Lord. You have to repent and keeping His commandments, having faith in Hamashiach Yahushua. You understand what I'm saying? Or else, if the Most High take the protection off of you, what happened to that white girl? Listen, that could have very well been us. Because honestly speaking, maybe it's just me. I honestly believe that dude was going to stick whoever was there. It doesn't matter if it was Esau, Jake, Ham, Moab. You know what I'm saying? Eve. You know what I'm saying? You might be a small, a small petite, 5'2", 120 pound, black woman. That could have been that sitting in front of him, and that dude would have done the same damn thing. You never know. But again, it's of the Lord's mercies and protection that we're not consumed. So that's, I guess, the second lesson. The second lesson I need you guys to understand: So the first lesson is to keep your head on the swivel, to be alert, to be circumspect. The second lesson is, you know what I'm saying, make sure you're right with the Most High, and understand that the Most, especially now, during the fall of Babylon, the Most High got spirits of vengeance out here that they gonna do to do. You know what I'm saying? And listen, we read the scripture. It said they're gonna do exactly what the Lord said them to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to keep in mind. Now, third video. Listen, this is going to be a long show, so I hope you guys, if you guys got to go and hand your business, all right, that's cool. I can just catch you on the replay. But right now, I'm going to show you some of the racist backlash that's coming from these devils from what happened to that Ukrainian girl. Check this out. Let me see. Wait, Slack here. I want to make sure I didn't share this already. Yeah. Okay. Let me. Let me. All right. Let me scroll back because that picture of the black woman, that's the that was the judge of presiding over his case that let him out. So now, pretty much they're calling for her head. They're calling for her job. And read this caption right here. Matt Walsh, he's another motherfucker like Charlie Kirk. Pardon my French. He's another one. This image will define the new civil rights movement. Excuse me? The new civil rights movement? We have a right to use public accommodations without being butchered in our seats. We have a right to save communities where violent animals, and I'm gonna get into that. Speaking of which, haven't you heard a lot of these talking heads like Matt Walsh, like Charlie Kirk, are pushing for segregation again? Which, honestly speaking, for us Israelites, we like, hey, come on with it. Come on with it. Because as much as y'all don't want to be around us, we really don't want to be around a lot of y'all either. And look who shared it. Elon Musk. Mm-hmm. See, this is not a local crime; it's a civil rights. See, we have. Hold on. And there's people trolling him, and the picture, the collage of the white boys are showing all the white boys that has been responsible for mass deletions, but people like Matt Walsh are really trying to play this whole black people are dangerous. We need to round them up and arrest them. We need to round them up and throw them in prison. Listen, it gets worse from here. So again, if you can't handle it, log off. Listen, trust me, I will not be offended if I look at the view count and I see 0. I won't. I won't. I promise you. I'm just gonna keep pushing the word, and whoever hears it, and who don't, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, this woman right here, Teresa Stokes, she is the judge who let career criminal Carlos Brown Jr. walk free and went on to slaughter Irene Zarutska. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's another thing. I can't prove it. I honestly believe a lot of these soft on crime judges, that the powers that be are greasing their pockets, paying them off to be like, hey, listen, for these violent criminals, I'm gonna need you to not go as hard on them as you would with somebody else. Because trust and believe. Listen. Especially if you're a black man. If you're a black man and you behind on child support, man, the judge ready to toss your ass right into prison. But career criminal, repeated offenders like this dude, they keep letting him out. It's just my opinion. I honestly believe that some of these judges are being paid off, maybe by George Soros or some of these other, you know, powers that be people that have deep pockets to, to stoke the flames. You know what I'm saying? What's the saying? Order at chaos, order through chaos, cause the chaos so they can bring the order. Just my opinion. All right, so that's it on that. That's it on that. So again, if you guys enjoying the show, please, sign off in the chat, like, share, and subscribe. You blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and or Indians, please repent, keep the commandments, and just be prepared for what's to come, because the blowback is here. Now, next video. The next video. Listen, we're gonna get the Charlie Kirk deletion, but the thing I need you guys to pay attention to, which is the reason why I keep doing these videos, to know what kind of shit that Charlie Kirk was doing before he got popped. I need you to understand this. And why nobody in the faith really should be, oh, you shouldn't be, man, miss me with that. So I'm gonna show this right here. It's 34 seconds. Oh, this is wait, Slack. That's the that's the scene with the where they finally find out who the shooter is. Slakia, I, I screen recorded these out of wax, or some of these maybe not in order. Okay, so let me oh, was it this one here? Okay, this is where it gets juicy, y'all. This is where it gets juicy. Slakia. If you're able to follow along, if you enjoy the show, please sign off in the chat, Bubba Shaw, if you can. Now, this is JD Vance. This is his page who I'm screen recording. Pay attention. Now, this is me screen recording his page after, he was taken out. Yeah, JD Vance. Daniel Penny prevented this from happening on a New York City subway station. Instead of thanking him, many hated him for him. And see, this is the disingenuous bullshit I really dislike about these Edomites, because Daniel Penny, even though he did have mental illness. He did had, was it 30 something, 40 something arrests? Excuse me. But here's the thing. On that day where he got deleted, he didn't have a weapon. Yeah, he might have been on the train just screaming, ah, but to be held in a chokehold to the point where to restrain him is one thing, but to held chokehold to the point where you literally suffocate him and deleted him from asphyxia, that's another thing. And the funny thing is, he didn't do that to it wasn't like he did it to um to Daniel Penny himself. And Daniel Penny, want to be damn Captain Commando and taking it upon himself to choke the guy out till he passed. So now these racist Edomites like JD Vance is calling for that. Oh, and you see that statue worshiping Mother Mary. So they're in Catholicism, idol worship. That lets you know what type of time they on. Yeah, I'm doing that scrolling to get a good caption of what he said. But there's a specific post I need you guys to see and understand. And this is it right here. This is it right here. So I need all you. I need every Judite man, so-called Black American, Benjamite man, so-called Caribbean man, and Levite man, so-called Haitian. I need you to pay attention to this post right here, the one on the bottom. The biggest lie the Democrats told about violent crime is that it is systematic, and therefore no one really is responsible. If the system is to blame, then you fund a bunch of nonprofits that don't do anything besides give jobs to underqualified radicals, and that's another thing. They pushing that DEI bullshit, which has been debunked numerous times. The reality is the gross majority of violent crime is committed by a very small group of people, and we should be throwing them in prison. I need you to understand this right here. This is a dog whistle. This is a dog whistle. Because their talking points is that black people, especially black men, are inherently violent. So that the only way we could deal with them, not give them jobs, because they're underqualified anyway. No, throw them in prison. This is the vice president of the United States saying this shit. I need you guys to be focused. I need you guys to understand. It's about to be a witch hunt on black men. You know, listen, it's gonna be a witch hunt of all 12 tribes as you see now, but it's gonna be on the northern of the southern kingdom. Judah, Benjamin, Levi. They are pushing a very dangerous narrative that we're just inherently violent animals and that we can't be around civilized people, blah, blah, blah. Woo, woo, woo. This is what they're pushing. And the thing is, they can't say it directly because they know they're gonna get backlash for it, but they say it in code. Because when he said that the gross majority of violent crime is committed by a very small group of people, because again, you know, it's messed up, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Israel, especially the Southern Kingdom, you know, our crime rates, because our hatred towards each other and a lack of self control. You know what I'm saying? The crime rate with us is through the roof, especially with violent crime, especially with violent crime. And again, as you guys showed, as you guys showed, and again, as you guys will see, they are pushing a narrative that black people, many black men, are just inherently violent with no self control. Be prepared of what's going to come down the pike. Hmm? This is your vice president saying this shit. It's a dog whistle. And that's it on it. Yeah. I need you guys to understand. Be prepared, man. Be prepared. Be prepared. Because dark days are here. Hmm? This is your current sitting vice president that's saying this. Giving a dog whistle, say, hey, listen, it ain't, you know, unemployed people or people that dealing with systematic oppression. No, it's just this very small group of people that just don't know how to act. And we just need to throw them animals in prison. This is your vice president. Jacob's trouble is here, y'all. This is Jacob's trouble. Because what's going to end up happening, especially once Trump is out of office and he takes over, he's going to go full throttle against Jake. Full throttle. And trust and believe, he's going to have the backing of Elon Musk and all these other right wing political, quote unquote, conservative talking heads. You thought Charlie Kirk would be one of them? Oh, well, he ain't in the picture no more. And me, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Well, matter of fact, I'll reveal my thoughts on that later. So yeah, if you enjoy the show, please like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Please like the stream. And please like the stream. Bubba Kashaw. You know what I'm saying? Let me know that you're enjoying it. Sound off in the chat. You have any questions, comments, precepts you want to toss up, throw them up there. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna continue to go down this rabbit hole. I got several more. Man. We not even close to done. This is your vice president, dude. All right, check this out. All right, now let me. Let me speaking of Matt Walsh. Let's put him up now. Let's see what exactly does he thinks about about black people. Let's see.
Statistically, a white person is 30 times more likely to be killed by a black person than the other way around. We know that. That's just true. In 2019, there were about 560,000 violent interracial incidents between blacks and whites. 470,000 of them were black on white. That's 85%. 85%. 240 black people were killed by whites. 560 white people were killed by blacks. And this is all in spite of the fact that white people make up 60% of the population. Blacks are 13%. Just by raw numbers, not even per capita, but raw numbers, there are more black interracial killers than white. That should be impossible. There are 171 million more white people in the country, and yet there are more black interracial killers. By raw numbers, the young black males in particular are an order of magnitude more violent and more likely to commit crimes than any other group in the country. Black men are 5 or 6% of the population. They commit the majority of murders in the country. That makes black males in America more dangerous than perhaps any other demographic in the entire world, let alone in this country.
I fear that people...
Do you hear this shit? Pardon my friends. Do you hear this motherfucker? Do you hear what he said? That black men are the most violent people in this country, possibly the world. And guess what? Matt Walsh, he's a so-called Christian, just like Charlie Kirk. I think both of them are pastors. And this is the rhetoric they're pushing. This is what people like Charlie Kirk is pushing. Oh, don't worry. I got some of his greatest hits too. That's coming down. That's coming up. Do you see what these devils think of you? Do you see what these devils think of you?
People don't understand that.
Again.
Statistically, a white person.
And you want to know what the jacked up part about it? That shit ain't even it's not even accurate. So many people don't fact check this dude and cut him. And when you look at the FBI stats and stuff like that, okay, yeah, sure. Violent black on black crime and stuff. Yeah, yes, it's through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Jake, attacking Esau, yeah, the numbers of that is kind of high, but to make it seem like we're the most violent people, they're absolutely not. In the entire country, in the world, absolutely not. But yeah, try not to punch a hole through your TV. Try not to, or your laptop. Try not to chuck your if you listen on your phone or a tablet or something. Try not to chuck your tablet across the room or chuck it out the window, because this shit is triggering. Let me play it again and again. Give me a heads up. This is not accurate. Let's continue.
Person is 30 times more likely to be killed by a black person than the other way around. We know that. That's just...
And that's bullshit. Yeah, and that's bullshit. But let's continue.
In 2019, there were about 560,000 violent interracial incidents between blacks and whites. 470,000 of them were black on white. That's 85%. 85%. 240 black people were killed by whites. 560 white people were killed by blacks. And this is all in spite of the fact that white people make up 60% of the population. Blacks are 13%. Just by raw numbers, not even per capita, but raw numbers, there are more black interracial killers than white. That should be impossible. There are 171 million more white people in the country, and yet there are more black interracial killers. By raw numbers, the young black males in particular are an order of magnitude more violent and more like.
You hear that? Young black men are are more violent, and aptitude more violent. This is a dog whistle, bro. They're planning to do devious things to Israel, mainly the southern tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna have to address it right here. Listen, there should be no person that call himself a Hebrew Israelite that should be following Tariq Nasheed with that 80 shit. I'm sorry, that FBA nonsense. I'm sorry. Because we know what the scripture says. Now, when the Most High come and deliver Israel, he's not just coming to America. He's not gathering the 12 tribes from America. He's not going to just gather Judah. He's gathering Benjamin. He's gathering Levi. He's gathering the other tribes. He's gathering from the other tribes that might be melanated and look like a regular black man in America. So there should be no Hebrew Israelite that should be banging that nonsense harder than the truth. So let me just get that out the way.
Likely to commit crimes than any other group in the country. Black men are 5 or 6% of the population. They commit the majority of murders in the country. That makes black
the majority of the murders in the country. Now I get it. So some of the jacked up stats of our people bugging out and doing wickedness, some of those stats we just gonna have to eat. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We just gonna have to eat and just chuck it up. We're under the curses. And the funny thing is these devils that they're it's like they're setting the snare for us to fall into it, and we fall for it every time. How many testimonies that they said that cargo train shipments of guns just dropped off randomly in the hood? You know what I'm saying? You know the rap industry owned by small hats, and it's like, you know, unless you rapping death and destruction, you're not gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? And we all know about the CIA bringing the drugs through Central and South America and setting up black people, you know, to push the poison onto the community. They're setting the snares, and we're falling for it every time. So when a lot of these jacked up stats of our people come up, listen, a lot of that shit is fabricated and overblown, but some of that stuff is true, and we're just gonna have to eat that, and just pray to the Most High that we get ourselves right and just do better. So let's continue.
Black males in America more dangerous than perhaps any other demographic in the entire world, let alone in this country.
I fear that,
which is absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Do not believe that in the entire world. In the entire world. So black men are invading foreign countries. Black men or going to other countries through COINTELPRO to set up derisions and uprisings and to destabilize governments. We're doing that. The most violent men in the world. But the funny thing is, some of these conservative glazing black folks, they gonna listen to a scumbag like this dude and nod their head in agreement. Unbelievable. And made a Most High deal with a scumbag like him. The same way that he dealt with Charlie Kirk. And again, Charlie Kirk was pushing that same shit too. And you're gonna see soon. Again, pardon the language. So that's the end of that. Yep. Matt Walsh pushing an extremely racist and dangerous rhetoric. What's up next? Let me see.
Statistically, a white person is 30 times more likely to be killed.
Let me fast forward. Is it another one or no? That's the same one. So, sorry, that was a different one. That's the same one. Salaki. I thought it was a different one. But let me do. Okay, let me. Salaki, I'm still a newbie to Restream, so I'm still learning my way around this. So, but if you enjoy the show, please like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Share the stream with a friend. You know what I'm saying? If you're a parent, if you have black sons, please sit down and talk to them. Let them know the time that we're in. You have these quote unquote conservatives where they're using the crime stats and they're making all kinds of sick, evil, and twisted talking points. That's going to end up in a witch hunt where our people are going to get the backlash. Now, let's look at this video next.
And yet there are more black racial.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is the video. Socket, this is the video of we all see Matt Walsh speakers incredibly dangerous and racist rhetoric, right? Okay. I'm gonna show you who shared it.
Killers by raw numbers. The young black males in particular are.
Oh, look who commented. Look who commented. Oh, look. Oh, look. Toy Man himself, Elon Musk. Wow. One of the richest men in the world is believing, endorsing, and then even pushing extremely dangerous rhetoric towards the 12 tribes of Israel. Understand the time we're in, y'all. Understand the time we're in. Dark days are here. Elder Zab, if you're in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Slack for biting your slogan. Listen, the dark days are here. The dark days are here. The dark days are here. And people checking them, race rage bait, you know what I'm saying? And listen, not everybody on Twitter is going for the okie doke. Especially Jake. Jake, listen. Jake, Ephraim, Eve, listen. They jumping on that like, man, listen, like piranhas on like piranhas on meat, man. But yeah, this is extremely dangerous and racist rhetoric that your man's Elon Musk, Musky Musk, is pushing, is endorsing. So listen, I gotta get it. Let me go back. I got more scriptures, but let me go back. Let me go back. First Peter 3. It's like it. First Peter 5 and 8. I gotta read it again, man. Again, this is not the time to be caught up in, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, sure. We do like to spoil ourselves with some, some liberty, free time, sports, some leisure. And I meant to say leisure, sports, movies, stuff like that. Alone time with your woman if you have it, But for brothers and sisters, you too. If any Israelite woman that's listening, you're not exempt. You're not exempt. Cause that whole 13% of the population, that's black women too. But when they talk that 6% of the population, they talking about Jay. But these talking heads like Charlie Kirk, like Matt Walsh, they run in the same circles. They all run in the same what's that geeky ass small hat. Damn. If y'all know the name if y'all know the name put it in the chat, please. That geeky small hat that talk that nonsense too. With the brock up on his head. He was another one talking that nonsense as well. They all run in the same circles. And guess what? It's a case of, okay, if one person get on, he's gonna pull the next person on. He's gonna put the next person on, so that it'll be like a how do I say, like a phalanx style of them pushing their whole rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? Scary hour. The dark days are here. The dark days are here. First Peter's 5 and 8. Salakia. Damn, okay, I can't even find it. Salakia, y'all. I recently got a new sword. I'm still learning my way around it. Salakia, give me a minute. First Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant. For the devil is going around like a lion, seeing who he may devour. So again, listen. I'm not saying, I'm not putting this out there for you to, to go out there and be G.I. Joe and do something stupid to get you jammed up. I'm just saying to understand the play, watch the play that's being set, you know what I'm saying, and know how to maneuver through it. And that's the thing with these damn racist devils, dude. They love to talk about the crime rate. Listen, put it like this. They know calling us the N-word pretty much does nothing now. And in fact, calling us the N-word will result with them a high possibility of them getting their ass beat. So what's their go-to now? Throwing the crime rate in our face. 30% of the population is responsible for 16% of the violent crime. Yeah. That is their go-to now. And they'll throw it in your face in one end, and on another end They use that same destructive talking point to, you know what I'm saying, to how can I say it, to get to fear monger amongst their people. Excuse me, to get all kinds of legislative and stuff. And that's the thing. Who knows where they're gonna try to go with this during Trump's term or J.D. Vance's term. Who knows what kind of jacked up legislation that they could be planning for Israel. Jacob's trouble is here, y'all. Jacob's trouble is here. So next video. Next video. Okay. So I got one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4, maybe 5 more videos. So okay, let me see. Let's try this one. Let me see. What's this right here? Oh, oh, man. Yo, this right here. Oh man. Let you know what you're about to see. Again, this is rage inducing. So again, if it's gonna get you mad, to get you upset to the point where you might chuck uh your phone, your tablet across the room or out the window, you might punch a hole in your punch your laptop screen, punch your TV. If you're the type of person that to do that, you might want to step away now. Because read this. Look at this. This clown, this Edomite clown, this damn devil, Evan Kilgore. I just don't have black fatigue. I'm totally done. I don't want to be around violent monsters anymore. See that, and that's a talking point that we're all just savage, violent monsters with no conscience, no, you know what I'm saying? That is the talking point that's being pushed right under our nose, right under our noses. This is another devil, Bow Tie Ranger. The experiment is over. Southerners were right about black people the whole time. The country owes them a huge apology. Excuse me? So for you so-called for you Black Americans, so-called for you Judites, so-called Black Americans that had parents and grandparents that lived in the Jim Crow South, that had to duck and dodge, getting lynched, getting hung, getting deleted by racist folks. These devils in 2025 are saying that their racist ancestors were in the right the whole time. Understand the time we're in right now. This ain't the time for play. This ain't the time for partying. This ain't the time to mac bitches. This ain't the time for mac the hoes. This ain't the time to the debates. And it's another thing in the Israelite community I'm sick and tired of. Everybody want to debate. I want to debate. I want to debate you on the topic of can the nations be saved? I want to debate you on the topic of is multiple wives a sin? And look what these devils are planning and talking about while we're caught up in such nonsense. And the reason why, me personally, the reason why I call it nonsense is like, hey, listen, 9 times out of 10 with the debates, the person you're debating, you're not going to change your mind anyway. You know what I'm saying? What the scripture said, let every man be persuaded in their own mind. So if a man that's against multiple wives, Like, if the debate is polygyny, you're on the side of pro polygyny, and you're debating someone that's against it. At the end of the debate, him and everyone that listened to the debate, they're gonna walk away thinking this side sticking with the same standard that they had before. 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 times out of 10, you're not changing anybody's mind. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be like, okay, brother, you convinced me polygyny is lawful, or hey, brother, you convinced me polygyny is a sin, or hey, brother, you convinced me the nations can be saved, or hey, brother, you convinced me salvation only for Israel. 9 times out of 10, when the smoke clears and the dust settles and the debate is over, everyone gonna believe what they believe in anyway. Which, in my opinion, is just a waste of time. Just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. Let's continue. Oh, look at this. Benny Johnson. Did you know that 1 in every 22 black men in America will commit murder in their lifetime? Do you see the dangerous rhetoric they're pushing? These are all conservative talking heads pushing this shit. Do you see what they're talking? And the funny thing is, you think, oh, they're just talking on social media, don't mean that in real life. No. And if I get a chance to, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna post it on social media. Elon Musk is saying that no, there's been reports that saying that a lot of folks, especially white folks, are falling back from all these other social media social media websites, and are flocking to X. For what? For really free speech, where they can literally let all the racist rhetoric out. And not just that, to get indoctrinated with alt-right talking points. This shit look like a damn Klan rally right now, dog. Read this. Did you know that 1 in every 22 black men in America will commit murder in their lifetime? Again, that's a dog whistle, man. They're saying, hey, black men are inherently violent. We need to do something about them. Which is going to lead to what? A witch hunt. This is Jacob's trouble. All right, I'm playing the thing. Hopefully, yeah. I'm scroll. Matt Walsh again. He pushing for a new civil rights movement. Yeah, that's the uprising in West America. This is regular stuff. But I think that's yeah. Those are stories. Those 2 stories are the people that's responding and cutting them, because the talking points is the talking point them right wing folks was talking was that, which they had a point, when that Ukrainian girl got killed, got deleted by that bugged out Jake, that a lot of the mainstream news medias wasn't showing it, and that the right wing folks had to make such a stink to the point where the mainstream media had to no choice but to bring the story out. Now, people was cutting them guys, saying, hey, listen. People was cutting them guys and say, hey, listen, there was a couple stories of white people deleting black folks, and and made no national news media. Let me see. Let me see if I can rewind the video. Right here. It said, there was an outrage about this literally a month ago. That was a situation where this white guy, unprovoked attack, just like, the incident in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? The bugged out, mentally ill, um, uh, black guy, stabbed up that Ukrainian chick. That's another situation like that. I think I think Arizona or something like that. White guy completely stabbed a black woman. Made no major news media. Folks is bringing that out to cut these right wing folks, because their talking point is that, oh, when Jake wild out and started harming and deleting them, it never make the news. But if one of them was to delete one of us, national news coverage. That's one of their talking points now. So these two stories of people, showing, hey, listen, that's not true. And Richard Hananiah, I guess that's an Edomite, or by Jake. It said a white man shot and deleted 3 black people in Ohio recently, and did not make the national news. And those three people are Ethiopians. They could be scattered Israel. They could be Ham. But yeah, the same thing. You know, but the main point. Oh yeah, and David's sweetheart. Yeah, he's cutting the hell out of them, showing all the violent military interventions that the U.S. government did, where where other nations got deleted, but black men are violent though, right? So yeah. Oh, and look at the comment on that. Your boy Toy Man again, Elon Musk. White people are a rapidly diminishing minority of global population. And listen, he shares that a lot. A lot. And again, that's a dog whistle to his folks. Hey, listen, all these other nations, especially Israel, they're gonna outnumber us, and it's basically fear mongering. But again, this is the richest man, one of the richest men in the world, doing this. Fear mongering. Blowing the dog whistle for the alt-right folks. Hey, listen, I need you guys to see this. I need you guys to understand this. Understand the play that's being set. Understand the play. I think that's just about it. So that's the end of that.
We're going to talk about this right now with
So now we're going to get to your man, Charlie Kirk. Now let's see some of the greatest hits of some of the wild shit that he said. Hey, listen, I already got one on the docket right now. Wait, hold up. Wait, let me see. Let's see. Got one on the docket right now. Let's see. Things to remember about Charlie Kirk. He said that it was a mistake to pass the Civil Rights Act in 1964. He called Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. awful and said he was not a good person. he said sodomite position, which is he's right about that. So yeah, no complaints there. Listen, a broken clock is right twice a day. And he said the Second Amendment is worth the cost of some gun deaths. This is the type of stuff that he was saying. This is the type of stuff he was saying. Now, I want you guys to direct your eyes to this. Because I decided to, do my diligence, do my research. And ta-da, I pulled up what exactly is entailed in the Civil Rights Act. The contents of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 are detailed across its 11 titles, which prohibit discrimination based on color, on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin in key areas like the public accommodation, public education, which is schools, colleges, and stuff like that, federally funded program, maybe like public housing, maybe food stamps and stuff like that, in case you fall on hard times, and employment. This dude, Charlie Kirk, the same person, like, oh, he shouldn't have gotten killed for his views. Look at the type of the fucked up shit he's saying. The passing of the Civil Rights Act, and that was the main thing that MLK was fighting for, besides integration. Everyone focused on integration, but the main stuff he was fighting for was equal rights and equal treatment. So if you, for Judah, back during those days, 40s, 50s, no, Judah back in the days, early 50s and stuff. Early 60s and stuff. Let's say he's a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? And he trying to get a job at the plant fixing up cars. And he, that Judite, that black man, or Benjamin, because listen, as quiet as it kept, it wasn't a lot, but there was some Benjamin in the States around that time. So it might be Judah, Benjamin, maybe even Levi, that try to get a job at Slack. God forbid, Slack. God forbid your folks get sick and you got to go to a hospital. You know what I'm saying? God forbid, y'all go to hospital. Charlie Kirk was saying that, hey, listen, we can openly discriminate you and tell you that, your loved one that's suffering, that might need emergency surgery, gonna have to go somewhere else. This is what he's saying. He's not just some conservative person that's about pro-life, because that's the sanitized part that they pushing on the media. He was about pro-life. He was against gay marriage. That was his controversy. No, that man was a racist, a staunch one at that. And you got a lot of these bootlicking sellouts, these content creators talking about, oh, he was a good man. Oh, he shouldn't got deleted for the Western, which, I mean, I guess, okay, you could be racist as hell, but to the point where you're dog whistling and stoking doing fear-mongering tactics and calling to have people's rights taken away, that's not difference of opinion. That's racism, and that's being a damn terrorist. That's all there is to it. Charlie Kirk was a terrorist. At the end, he was stoking fear and terrorism. He was stoking fear into his people to become a terrorist to us. And you see why the Mossad had to take him out? Do you see why the Mossad take him out? Again, I say before, I say it again. I'm not laughing and ha ha and hee hee, but also in the same vein, I don't feel sorry for this dude. He got what he got, and that was the judgment of the Lord. Period. Now let's continue reading this thing. This is a breakdown. Public accommodations, Title II. This is the prohibits discrimination in places serving the general public, like hospitals, hotels. You know what I'm saying? Restaurants, restaurants, theaters, hotels, and other public spaces. Public education. Provide for desegregation of schools and authorized of the U.S. Office of Education and Department of Education to assist with this process. Federally funded programming, which is Title VI. This section banned the use of federal funded funds for any program or activity that discriminated on the basis of race, color, or origin. So yeah, he wants those rights to be taken away from you. For you brothers out there that are vets, you know what I'm saying? All the federally funded program to take care of you once you come home, he wants that gone. He wants that gone for you. Federal funded housing, because we all know the cost of living is out of control. He wants these landlords to be able to discriminate you because of your race, because of your color. This is the person who died 2 days ago. This is what he really thought of you. He wasn't a controversial figure. He wasn't no superstar. That man was a fucking demon. And I hate to say that, that's just what he is. He's a demon. And Title VII, or was it 8? Title VII, employment. This landmark provision prohibits employment discrimination by employers and labor union based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It established the EEOC, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, to enforce these provisions and investigate discrimination claims. And Title I, voting rights. The Act outlawed the unequal application of voter registration requirements. So, and which was something that a lot of people dealt with back then. You know what I'm saying? Once Black people got the right to vote, You know what and in which again, listen, voting is a great game. But what they was doing at the time, where if you was a black man and you did try to vote, they will wait. They will wait at the voting place for you with guns in their hands. There'd be a damn lynch mob waiting there, wishing any black man would walk up, call himself, "Yeah, I'm about to vote for this candidate." He wants the right for that to happen again. And you have all these black talking points feeling sorry for this dude, taking pictures with this dude. Tell you, man, the Lord got to judge a lot of people, man. Tell you, listen, again, it's a long show, 2 hours and 6 minutes. Listen, but we got more. We got more, bro. We got more. I'm telling you, it's a deep dive to know to understand perfectly what type of devil this dude was. Hmm? All right. And now let's get one of his greatest hits. Some of the stuff that he called himself talking about black people, talking about Israel, mainly the Southern Kingdom. And again, it's a huge. I'm gonna play 3 of his videos back to back to back. So I'm gonna say this right now. It's a huge trigger warning. If you, sorry, I'm kind of stutter right now. No, Sasaki is a huge trigger warning. I'll say it before, I'll say it again. If you're the type that's going to toss your phone, toss your tablet, punch your computer screen, punch your TV, you might want to put those down and step away, or you might want to change the channel. Fair warning. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's go. This is the first one. Charlie Kirk's Greatest Hits, Volume 1.
This shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad, it was evil, but what happened? Something changed. They committed less crimes.
Maybe they were afraid. I mean, 4,000 black men, women, and children were killed in violent lynch mobs.
That's your explanation, but I guess
racial terror permeated American culture for hundreds of years.
Black America is worse than it has been
that affected
in the last 80 years.
Wait, let me rewind that from the beginning.
It shows they were actually better in the 1940s.
Do you notice? And that's what I'm saying. When he do this prove me wrong segments, you know. Now listen, when he's cutting out these woke, these woke feminists, these woke liberals, the rainbow crew, you know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, like when he does those prove me wrong segments and cut the hell out of them. Listen, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. But when he talk about the black community as if he has some damn God-given authority, yeah, he could miss me with that shit. But listen to what you're saying.
40s. It was bad. It was evil. But what happened? Something changed. They committed less crimes.
Maybe they were afraid. I mean, 4,000 black men, women, and children were killed in violent lynch mobs.
That's your explanation, but I guess
racial terror permeated American culture for hundreds of years.
Black America is worse than it has been
that affected
in the last 80 years.
The generational psyche of an entire group of people.
And see, that's the thing. He talked about Black America has been so his talking point is, I guess, we behave well when we have less rights. I don't know, like Do you see the dangerous rhetoric he's pushing? And the thing is, he could get away from that with because he was 30 years old. So he could get away with that with, woke 22, 19, 21, 25-year-old college students. He could get away with that. But a well-seasoned, mature adult that's like in their 40s, 50s, actual professor level, that's not woke, that's not on the liberal agenda, they'll tear his ass apart. He does these debates, quote unquote, with these college kids because they're cannon fodder. They're cannon fodder. They make them look good.
People?
No, I'm sure it did. I'm not discounting that. I'm just going to show.
I live like a capitalist every single day. I live as a capitalist. Okay? I live what I believe. No. What do? I get charity every single year.
Crime, like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Because of DEI.
Wait, you hear that? Wait, run that again. Do you hear what he said about black pilots?
No. What do? I get charity every single year.
Crime, like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Because of DEI, it begs the question, when you see a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? It almost creates thought patterns that are not necessarily. No one really cares when it's HR managers. No one cared when it was, just kind of paper shufflers or even engineers. But now when it's like, wait, hold on a second. You're going to remove my appendix and you're a black lesbian. Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. This is the dude who died. This is the dude that everyone be like, oh, he had a family. Look at the type of poison he was spewing. If he goes on the plane and you see the pilot is black, he hopes it ain't DEI. Like you hear? This is the person who died a couple of days ago. That folks talking about, oh, you can't speak ill of the dead. Oh, but he had a family. Oh, he shouldn't be taken out because of his views, regardless how radical they are. This is. Sorry, give me a minute. Slocky, this is the type of talking
It
points.
shows they're actually better.
This is the type of talking points that someone like him was pushing. This is what he was pushing. And again, remember when I said earlier in the show how a lot of stuff he said was absolute garbage, and a lot of stuff he said can be debunked. Guess what? And if anything, I might do a separate show on that. The biggest benefactors of affirmative action and DEI were white women. How many people know this? I'm going to say it again. The biggest benefactors of affirmative action and DEI are white women, not black folks. In fact, In fact, you want to hear that, you want to hear a real stat. You want to hear the real stat, especially you want to hear the real stat. Affirmative action was initially created for black men to get jobs in certain fields that we was being blackballed out of. But guess what? We benefited the least of it. You heard that right. Black men had benefited the least of affirmative action and DEI. So when Charlie Kirk gets on the mic and spews this racist rhetoric, he's wrong. Again, this is dangerous rhetoric, dangerous dog whistling rhetoric. He wasn't just he wasn't a controversial figure. He's a full-blown racist pushing dangerous rhetoric. That's why the law took him out. And that's volume 1 of his poison. I'm gonna show you volume 2. Hold on, it gets worse. Whoever's still on, I just want to say the water for still being on. The water for being with me this long. Listen, it's a long show, but it's a lot I gotta get off my chest. I need you guys to understand. Charlie Kirk, racist comments, volume 2. Again, viewer discretion is advised.
Has erupted between
right to violence. Was talking.
And for Charlie Kirk,
White individuals are actually more likely to be. I mean, it doesn't fit a narrative. This is my most charitable reading. The narrative that they have pushed forward in the last 10 years is that there is a relentless assault against black people on behalf of white people. And the data does not show that. You brilliantly pointed this out in your program yesterday. In fact, it's the exact opposite. White individuals are actually more likely to be attacked, especially even per capita, by black individuals in this country. The narrative that they have tried to force feed this nation post-2020 is that we...
Do you hear the poison this man is spewing? All right, let's continue.
We are a systemically racist country to our core. We started to say the word racist more. We started to redesign our corporations. We started to teach things in our classrooms that were from the 1619 Project. And all of this has now been met with an appropriate backlash. Where people said, we're actually not nearly as racist as you say we are. In fact, we're the least racist country ever to exist in the history of the world. And in fact, if you want to actually talk about race-focused activity, why is it that you then ignore all the race-focused activity of black on white crime? Will, I want to live in a race-neutral country. I don't like talking about race all the time, but when I see it and I see the left ignore it and we try to make them live up to their own standard of rules that they force-fed us during the chaos of 2020, it really goes to show the destruction that this can lead to the entire nation. The final thing I'll say is focused activity. Why is it that you then ignore all the race-focused activity of black on white crime? Will, I want to live in a race-neutral country. I don't like talking about race all the time, but when I see it and I see the left ignore it and we try to make them live up to their own standard of rules that they force-fed us during the chaos of 2020, it really goes to show the destruction that this can lead to the entire nation. And the final thing I'll say is this, Will, is that this is more than just a semantic argument. This is more than just whether or not it's a race thing or not. Bad policing practices, consent decrees, opening up the prisons. As you say, $3.3 million is an outgrowth of a media narrative lie. So it's not just an innocent media narrative lie. Real policies get put into place when you don't challenge this nonsense in the public square.
That's it. That's very, very well said, Charlie. Race is a part of the story, not just because of the media's lies of omission. Race is a part of the story, not just because of the potential words from the suspect on the light rail in Charlotte. Race is a part of this story because of the policies implemented by a racial lie post-2020. Right. And that's what we need to remember.
Yeah, and that's it on that. Volume 2 is poison. Volume 2 is poison. Volume 2 of his poison. y'all good in the chat? You know, looks like you guys might be fading away. I don't know. Maybe the heat's too hot. I don't know. Maybe it might be some Charlie Kirk sympathizers. Let me see. I thought I had more. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. It's like it. All right. I mean, I guess I had to play. I gotta play this one. There's another one I thought I downloaded, but I guess I can't find it now. So, I guess I'll just post the last one I had and just leave it. But yeah, man, listen, he again that's the real Charlie Kirk. He wasn't just some regular. No, he just had controversial views, live and let live. No, this man wanted to take away your rights. This man was blowing dog whistles to make it seem like that you was just this wild, uncontrolled animal that need to be permanently locked away. This is what him and his buddies Matt Walsh. This is what they're talking about. That little slimy gutter rat, Amalekite, that be doing them shows. Forgot what his name. If y'all remember, put it in the chat. Him too. They're all in the same circle. They all run in the same circles.
We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational.
Mm-hmm. Let's say that again. What's your thought about guns? And the funny thing is, he's not just talking about regular handguns. He's endorsing long guns, AR-15s, sniper rifles. You know, which ironically was one that took him out. Let's see what he said.
We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational.
Yep. And hey, listen, what does the scripture say? By thy words thou art justified, by thy words thou art condemned. So my next scripture I'm getting, Proverbs 18, verse 21. Again, Proverbs 18 and 21. And it reads, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So yeah, he's all, pro guns and not, I'm for guns and hey, listen, if somebody got to die in order for the gun rights to remain intact, then hey, so be it. And the Heavenly Father just sat back and be like, okay, say less. Oh man, listen, the Most High is a terrible power. You know what I'm saying? That's what the term El Shaddai, or in the ancient Hebrew Al Shaddai, which means terrible like power, demon like power. The Most High ain't to be played, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is not to be played with because he ain't playing. Hmm? The Most High is not to be played. Oh, I got one more for this racist bastard. Charlie Kirk, the people that man that folks trying to make it seem like she was just speaking. Who was MLK? A myth that created and has the myth that's created and grown totally out of control. While he was alive, most people disliked him, which is true. Mainly white folks, because you know they were pissed off because MLK was fighting for equal rights. You know what I'm saying? Equal treatment and also integration. They were pissed at that, and a lot of black folks hated him too because you know, a lot of them see him as like someone that was causing trouble. One of those, hey man, what are you doing? Don't rock the boat. Like, we good where we at. Them type of folks. You know what I'm saying? And also like some of the folks back then that was on some, hey, listen, to hell with him. To hell with integration. We gonna make it on our own. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We over here doing us, they over there doing them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he is right about that. It's not because that MLK was just some super grimy ass nigga. No, it was because that white folks, they were pissed off because someone challenged them on their unfair treatments. Because again, MLK fought for more than just integration. He fought for civil rights, for black folks to get equal treatment, jobs, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Fair treatment, education, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Going to hospital in case, you know what I'm saying? What you call it? Like hospitals in case like your loved ones get sick, you could take them there, instead of taking them to the one in the black community, which, not trying to diss them, but like at the time, at the time, now, yeah, certain black communities, thriving black communities like Black Wall Street, you know what I'm saying, and Rosewood, yeah, they were doing the damn thing. They were doing the damn thing, but not every black city in America at that time had it like that. That was the kicker. That was the kicker. So sometimes, you know, at that time, a lot of us had to tuck tail. A lot of us had to swallow our pride and go to Esau, ask for a job. Go to Esau, ask, hey, listen, my baby's sick. Can you treat her for, can you find out what is she sick with and treat her? You know what I'm saying? That was the time MLK was living in. So let's let that be known. Because he's pushing that, oh, MLK was just some grimy nigga. The only thing that MLK was doing that was off, allegedly, according to FBI files, he was running through women, white women as well. Hey, I mean, listen, he loved the box. I mean, what man doesn't? I get it. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, in my honest opinion, that doesn't take away for the rights that he fought for. That's just me. And the seeing from a mature standpoint. So let's read on. Who is MLK? A myth that had been created and had grown totally out of control. While he was alive, Most people disliked him, yet he is the most honored, worshipped, and even deified person in the 20th century. Because he mad about that. He mad about that. Another reason why MLK is deified because I guess Esau called himself admire him because he took the path of nonviolence. You know what I'm saying? So I guess like in hindsight, they're like, you know what, that shows restraint. That nonsense. So today we're gonna tell the truth and explain how the Smith was born. Happy Monday, and that was January 15th, 2024. That was last year. And the funny thing is, the irony of it all is he went out the same way like MLK did. Bought a gun. Boop. Tell you, man, the most I ain't playing. The most I ain't playing with nobody. Do you see why the most I had to put that devil down? You know what I'm saying? Do you see why the most I had to put that devil down? All that dangerous, racist, and evil rhetoric that man was pushing? Tell you, man. And let this be a lesson to us, man. Because a lot of times you see wicked people out here, you know what I'm saying? You see people out here, wicked people out here, whether it's Esau or the other nations, doing all kinds of wickedness, doing all kinds of abominations. And you like, when exactly these people gonna get judged? You know what I'm saying? The scripture said don't worry about that. The Most High said that he will judge them in due time, in due season. And scripture to support that, what's that? I got a couple. Second Ezra 9 and 13. So reading Apocrypha, Second Ezra 9 and 13. I said, and therefore be not thou. This is like it said, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Whose the world is, and whom the world is created, and whom the world is created. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High is saying through his angel, through the prophet Ezra at the time. Tell him, man, hey, listen, and listen. That scripture goes for the wicked of our people, the wicked Israelites, and also go for the Gentiles too. Because you see the wicked of both of them, the wicked of our people and the wicked of the Gentiles get away with so much wickedness, and you're like, man, how long, oh Lord? The Lord's saying, like, hey, listen, don't even worry about that. Don't even focus on that. I got that. Worry about how the righteous shall be saved. Because the wicked go and get theirs. And as you see, Charlie Kirk got his. Now, some people theorize, the talking point was that he started speaking out against Amalek. And that's what got him popped. That's what got him deleted. I mean, even if so, hey, listen, that's judgment of the Lord. Nothing goes down without the Most High knowing. Nothing goes down without the Most High co-signing it. So if through him having and see, that's the thing. Let me say this about Charlie Kirk. He was close with Donald Trump. They were close friends, which means what? He was part of that inner circle. You know what I'm saying? And that inner circle, you know what I'm saying, is that, the elites, the powers that be, the shadow government, whatever you want to call them. So for all we know, they probably stepped to him and made him an offer, and dude wasn't having it, and decided, okay, time to go. Or it could be that you know what I'm saying, he started speaking out against Amalek, which goes back to the scriptures, in Matthew 12:22, where it say, hey, a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. A lot of these Republicans, so-called Republicans, they having huge fallouts with Amalek, because they know Amalek only cares about themselves. Amalek is just using and abusing everybody. And a lot of the regular Joe Schmo Edomites are starting to catch on. You know what I'm saying? And they starting to buck. So if either or was the reason why Charlie Kirk got took out, guess what? That's judgment of the Lord. If let's go with the argument that some random bugged out liberal, like they allegedly finally caught the I'm just paraphrasing, but like, yeah, shall I be evil this city and I the Lord have not done it? So yeah, Charlie Kirk thought it was sweet and thought he was going, and that's another thing. Because again, let me just say this, and I'm just continuing going to my last few scriptures. A lot of his stuff was a lot of anti-black talking points. Talk about the single motherhood, the single, the single parenthood and stuff like that. There was some viral video. If I could find it, I might do a separate video on that. That he called himself checking a young black guy about the father, the fatherless crisis in the black community, and call himself checking him. And see, that's the thing. Who gave this devil the right to feel that he could tell us how to police our community? You understand what I'm saying? But it'd be wrong if you tell them to stop ODing on opioids. It'll be wrong if a black man that have notoriety got on the mic and tell him to, stop using meth. You know what I'm saying? To stop diddling children, to stop touching on children, to stop committing bestiality, to stop having kitty prawn. If you know what I'm saying, you know. But all those egregious, degenerate things, white people, especially white men, lead in that per capita. Family annihilation, same thing. And family annihilation is when, which is mainly them. When they go when the matriarch, well, mainly the patriarch or the matriarch goes buck wild and deletes everybody in the family. That's what called family annihilation. Them Esau, they lead that per capita. You don't see no prominent black man in politics going on the mic and telling white college students to stop doing that. So who the hell that devil think he is to get on the mic and tell black people fix your communities? You lead that to us. And that's what I'm saying. It's people like that devil, Matt Walsh, and all these other talking, these political talking jerks. They get emboldened to use the woes of the Israelite community, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and throw it right in our faces. And it's like, what can you really say? You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, but here's the thing. I remember one, he was calling himself trying to check a young guy over the fatherless in the black community. Let's get this one thing clear. Might do a video on that too. As far as for the black community goes, over 53% of black men are single and childless, meaning never had kids. About like 30% of black men that are married with kids. The remaining numbers are like, single men, baby daddies, blah blah blah, or serial impregnators. These NBA young boy, niggas that be having 11 kids by 9 baby mamas and all that nonsense. And on top of that, again, I'm gonna have to do a show on that. The CDC has debunked all these racist talking points, from during Trump's first term, of how black men are the most involved fathers out of all races, even surpassing white men, even surpassing Esau. And guess what? That accounts for whether the father and the mother are together or not. So if it's a case where the husband, the father and mother are no longer together, they got divorced or whatever, or if a case where she just a baby mama or whatever, from the CDC's finding that the black men are still involved with their child's life. So all that 70% of what's in his father, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's, again, numbers screwing. Numbers fudging. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't know, maybe someone will say it in the chat or not, but if I, how can I say this? If my memory serves me correct, at least maybe like 10, 15 years ago, what the US government would do is this. If you're a man and if you're a man and you got a woman, or you're a woman if you got a man, y'all together, y'all been together for a while, y'all pretty much made up your minds, y'all not going anywhere. And y'all have kids together. One child, maybe two. If you guys if I guess by the time where the child was born, if you guys aren't legally married, even though you're actually still together as a couple, the United States government will count you as a single parent. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was the case at least 10, 15 years ago. And then they started changing it. If my memory serves me correct, like maybe like 2014 and prior, that if you want, like let's say if you're a black man, you with your woman, you've been with her for 5 years, you made up your mind, you're just gonna stay with her, you're not leaving her. She made up her mind, she's gonna stay with you, she's not leaving you. It's just that y'all both don't want to do the legal marriage thing, and y'all have a couple kids together, and y'all live under the same roof. Because the fact that y'all not legally married, the US government will still count her as a single woman and as a single mom. If I'm not mistaken, that was the reality at least 10 years ago. So when you hear all and seeing how black folks are adverse to marriage because of divorce and all that stuff, I think a lot of that single parent house the single parent numbers that's being tossed in our faces are numbers that are being fudged, or numbers that being done like that, where, hey, listen, uh or a case where you and your lady might have gotten divorced, but y'all still together living under the same roof, and y'all like, hell, y'all still together. I'm like, hell no, we're not gonna get married again, but we just gonna deal. I think once upon a time in this country, even if you live under the same roof, the US government will count as a single mother. So all that is numbers fudging. But again, the CDC has already smashed all that rhetoric of these fatherless children, blah blah blah. That out of all the men that they have surveyed, black men were most involved fathers out of all races, even surpassing white men. And yes, that includes whether the father and the mother are together or not. The problem is the numbers that Charlie Kirk and them are talking about is when, you know, uh, I hate to say it, some of these single black and Hispanic ladies just go out and get pregnant by Duggo and Pistol Pete, man, that already got 4 baby mamas and 5 children, and she want to be baby mama number 5. It's a lot of that going on, and the fact that that man ain't involved in none of his kids' lives, there's a lot of that going on. Or they go out and get, or it's another play. I gotta put you ladies on Front Street. What a lot of black women are doing, they'll go get pregnant by some fool, and after they get pregnant, kick him to the curb and raise the child by herself, because she know there's so many social benefits, welfare, food stamps, or programs that will assist her if she needs it. That's still going on in 2025. So when degenerates like Charlie Kirk is talking that nonsense, he might be talking from that angle. Or as far as like No black men want to be fathers to their kids. That's absolute bullshit. Again, watch the play that's being set. These devils are setting the play that we're shiftless. We're shiftless. We don't want to work. We're violent. We can't control ourselves. We can't live in peace. We can't live at peace with all nations. So we just had to get rounded up and just tossed in jail. I'm telling you, it's a witch hunt. So to wrap this all up in a bow. Listen, to wrap this up in a bow. What's my main point of this lesson? My main point of this lesson is to let you guys know, hey, listen, keep your head. Number one, keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel. Number two, make sure you walking that straight and narrow with the Most High, so that the Lord could protect you from the wiles of the devil. Because you know what I'm saying. These listen, they planning something, and again, they felt this way before Charlie Kirk got killed, and way before that Russian lady got killed. All these devils do on Twitter, it's just share videos of Jake bugging out on each other or Jake bugging out on them. And they use that to fuel their talking narratives. Listen, bottom line, Twitter is Twitter is a damn Klan rally. Twitter is basically a damn Klan rally with all kinds of evil and perverse stuff that's over there. And not for nothing, that's something could weigh on your spirit and could be discouraging. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this too. It's a whole lot of Nazi sympathizers over there too, wishing and chomping at the bit, hoping that the country fall into chaos for a civil war, so they could go out and harm some Negroes. This is what they're waiting for. Understand? Black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman. Now's not the time to be aloof. Now's not the time to have your head in the clouds. Now's not the time to focus on folly. Okay, there's gonna be some time for leisure where you could just lay back and chill and whatever. But to be that 24/7, this ain't the time. I say it again, this is not the time. This is not the time for that. Hmm? This man was. This man said that the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that gave you the right to vote, that gave you voters protection, that gave you protection on applying for a job, that your employer can't turn you away because you're black, can't pay you less because you're black, can't mistreat you because you're black. He said that was a mistake. Charlie Kirk, the same man that got that got one right through his neck, which is well deserved. It was well deserved. Because that man was pushing an extremely dangerous rhetoric, and the Most High, creator of heaven and earth, said absolutely not. Time for you to go. Time for you to go. Time for you to go. And you want to know the funny shit is? Sorry. Do you want what the funny stuff is? Ever since he got deleted, a lot of folks that was talking all that all that stuff that he was, a lot of them laying low right now. A lot of them laying low right now. Like this, like this dude.
A debate set up for
Fit
tomorrow
from
in
Fresh and
Asheville,
Fit.
North Carolina.
Are you still gonna go to your event?
Byron
Are you gonna cancel
Gaines,
it?
which ain't even his real name. The man's a damn heathen. He's from Sudan. You know what I'm saying? So he's ham mixed with Elam, or honestly, I think not Elam, Ishmael. I think he's Ishmael because he looked like a damn Ishmaelite, and he goes in on black people, calling us all kinds of monkeys and stuff. That they let you know, Ham, they're not our people. If he's Ham, he's not our people. If he's Ishmael, Ishmael's not our people. Melanated or not, they're not our people. So now, look.
I don't know. They I wouldn't be surprised.
You gotta cancel it, bro.
I would advise to cancel it.
All right, so here's what's going on in this video. Ever since he heard that the Most High took his friend, he had a speaking engagement, I think yesterday in North Carolina. He canceled it, so now he's laying low.
Yeah, cancel it.
Myron, cancel it. Cancel it. Can't be doing this anymore. You can't put yourself at risk. You have to cancel it.
Especially in the near future.
Out of respect for the guy, as in mourning, also.
Wait, yeah, that's it. He's another one laying low. And the funny thing is, listen, let's say Charlie Kirk was deleted because let's say Charlie Kirk was deleted because he had a falling out over Amalek. Amalek wanted to do something, he was like, nah, and they decided to take him out. Guess what? This dude, Myron Gaines, he's been talking super greasy about Amalek, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. So he already know what's up. You be talking about black folks and about Amalek for a minute. So he already know what's up for him. Let me show you who else is laying low. There you go, Mickey Mouse himself. Mickey Mouse gutter rap bastard. Ben Shapiro has canceled upcoming college speaking engagements. I mean, I get it. Debating, about, being about debating why abortion is wrong. Hey, I agree with that completely. Debating why the transgender movement is wrong. I agree with that completely. Why feminism is wrong. I agree with that completely. But all that talking point where they on some like, hey, blacks are just inherently violent and we're just a base people. Yeah, lay low, because the Most High might have a special judgment for you too. I don't know if you guys listen to hip hop. There was a song by I think by Nate Dogg, Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg called "Lay Low." You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do a little BS remix. You know what I'm saying? Just to just to reward the people that's still on the call, that's still on the stream. You know what I'm saying? And it goes like this: for you conservative for you conservative creators that are always online talking shit, you better lay low. You know what I'm saying? Talking about black cell base and other nonsense and shit, you better lay low. You saw what happened with your You saw what happened with your boy Charlie Kirk. You better lay low. So all of them are laying low right now. All of them are laying low right now. But listen, eventually, once they feel it's safe, they're gonna be out spilling the same poisonous and dangerous rhetoric. But that was the main point of the stream, to show that, listen, Charlie Kirk wasn't just a controversial talking head. He was saying some very dangerous, some very racist and very dangerous talking points that a lot of folks, that if you wasn't following him on Twitter or you didn't watch his videos like that, you didn't see that. That man made a living debasing and denigrating the black community. There's another video, I don't know where the hell it is, but there was another video how this dude said that basically, if you're a black person and you pretty much got a high power job, that is DEI. And he was saying, like, the black judge, Ketanji Brown Jackson, that she's a DEI hire. And he said black women don't have the brain capacity to be. This is what he said about black women. Had the brain capacity to be intelligent for these high power jobs, and they basically just taking away jobs from white men. This is who people's mourning for. This is who people's mourning over. Talking about he didn't have to die. Now me, I'm not saying that he had to die for what he was saying. I'm just saying, hey, you know, the now, listen, just to piss you guys off again. I'm sorry. It's like it. I'm gonna just play one more time, the type of stuff this dude was saying. The type of stuff this dude was saying that people are mourning over him.
It shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad, it was evil, but what happened? Something changed. They committed less crimes.
And see, basically what he's saying was that because in the 1940s, we was dealing with Jim Crow. We was dealing with segregation. So we're dealing with places where we can't go into certain places. We can't go in certain cities. We can't eat at certain diners. It is like a public bathroom. The white side will be all up to date, and the black side will be, all dilapidated and jacked up, and we just had to take it. One thing I read as a kid of during that time, during the civil rights era, during the time of Rosa Parks and stuff, like down in Alabama and basically the South, what used to happen was, and this will cause the bus boycott. if you're a black person, black man or black woman, if you want to catch the bus, if the bus was empty, you could have sit in the front. But once white people started to come in, you had to get up and move to the back of the bus. And that's the whole situation with Rosa Parks, and also I gotta shout her out. Her name escapes me. The woman that initially happened to first before Rosa Parks. That's where that whole thing stemmed from. So you know, you're a black man, you're a black woman, you coming home from a hard day's work. You know what I'm saying? You coming home from a hard day's work. You sitting near the front of the bus during a route. White people get on. You got to get up and move so that they could get your seat and go all the way to the back. But another thing that I read that what used to happen during that time, if the bus got too packed and more white people was filling the bus, you as a black man or black woman, you had to get the hell off. You had to get the hell off. So imagine that. Back then, you working 10, 12 hours of back-breaking work, and you catching the bus home because the bus got filled with white people. You had to get the hell off. This is what our people was dealing with during the 40s and 50s. You couldn't walk past certain towns. You couldn't be in certain towns at night, sundown town. Or else the good old boys gonna grab you up and you may never be seen again. You talking about, oh yeah, I know it was bad, but still the black community was in order. So what are you insinuating? We got to go back to living like that in order for blacks to get our act together. See, this is what I'm saying. Dangerous rhetoric. Dangerous rhetoric. And also, part of my French, y'all, I gotta say this. Who the fuck gave Charlie Kirk the God-given right to feel that he could criticize any community on this planet about their woes and issues? And from a spiritual standpoint, I believe that's why the Most High took him out. Like, who are you? No. Checking Israel, that's my job, not yours. And I'm pretty sure the Most High wasn't appreciative of all that denigrating stuff he was doing either. So that's the reason why the Most High had to turn his TV off. Click, show's over. You will no longer make a living denigrating the children of Israel. No more. That ends. And those who saw the video, the graphic video, the funny thing is I had it loaded in the queue. I don't know where it is now. Well, the sanitized one, not the one that's showing guts and blood. You know what I'm saying? For those who saw it, his final words was talking about gang violence. Which I get it, because I guess he was trying to say, hey, as far as like deaths from gun violence, if you take out Israel killing each other, the black man and Hispanic man killing each other, you know what I'm saying, the deaths from gun violence is much less. He probably was going to lead with some BS like that, which would have been completely inaccurate. And I remember, I'm going to say this, I'm going to start wrapping this up. I remember when Priest Dan did a show I think a couple months ago about Amalek and also these racist Edomites that was saying stuff about them. He showed a clip of that dude, Charlie Kirk. And he had like doing the debate stuff. and it was two goofy ass white girls, and it was like somehow black on black crime became the topic. Black on black crime became the topic, and I'll never forget it. The priest played it on the Sabbath class, and one of the white girls was like, "Oh yeah, because blacks is 50%, 13% of the population, and 50% of violent crimes." And I'm like, "You got some nerve." And see, and that was basically his whole ministry, quote unquote ministry, because he was a so-called pastor. Finger wag and call himself checking black people, about our woes. That is not your place to do. That's none of these Gentiles' place to do. It's only the Most High's place. It's only the Most High's place, and he sets up leaders in the Israelite community to do that. So he been stepped over boundaries a long time ago, and the Lord had to turn that man's TV off. The Most High had to step in and said, "That's enough." So you want to know why he's no longer here? That's why. The most and the delicious irony. You want to hear the delicious irony of his death? The delicious irony. Number one, he was talking about gang violence, which again, in an all-white state, and for the whole white crowd, the black community would have gotten astray. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing with a lot of these alt-whites. They always got to talk about us. They always got to talk about us. And see, that's the reason why people like Charlie Kirk and all these alt-white talking heads, these right-wing talking heads, this is why they're getting so popular, because being so hyper-focused on the black community takes away it takes away the focus on these regular Joe Blow underachieving white boys, you know what I'm saying, who can't get laid, you know what I'm saying, because feminism is affecting their women too, to the point where they're out of pocket and out of control. They can't get a date, they can't get laid, they're not getting married. You know what I'm saying? All the good jobs are taken by us, because we got to work twice as hard to get where we're at. So a lot of these poor, underachieving white trash that work at damn Jiffy Lube or damn Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Listen to people like Charlie Kirk, like Matt Walsh, like that gutter rat Ben Shapiro. It gives them a boost. It boosts their ego. See them on camera and say, "Hey, you niggas are 50%, 13% of the population, but you're responsible for the majority of the violent crime in America." And to see like a black man or a black woman just stand there and just take it, it boosts their ego. That's why he was so popular. I need y'all to understand that. And guess what? Now that he's out the picture, not a Most High take him out, there's gonna be others looking to fill this spot. So you guys need to be prepared. Gird up your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Gird up your spirit and prepare for what's to come. Gird up your spirit, because there's gonna be more boogeymanism. You know what I'm saying? More Chicken Little boogeymanism. The black man is dangerous. 1 in 22 black men will commit murder. So you gotta be careful around all of them. More boogeyman talking points. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. So, delicious Irie number one. The Lord took him out right when he about to shoot a stray at the black community. That's number one. Number two, he got taken out in an all-white town, surrounded by his peers. Number three, he got taken out by his own people. So you can't blame this on Tyrone from the hood. You can't blame this on Daquan. You can't blame it. You can't blame this on Delroy from Jamaica. You can't blame this on Francois from Haiti. You can't blame this on Carlos from the Dominican Republic. You can't blame this on Jose from Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame this on Jason Blackwolf on the native reservations. You have to blame your own people. Your own people took you out, buddy. And the most delicious irony of all, irony number 4. Again, because he was in cahoots with Donald Trump, that means he was part of that inner circle, the elites, the powers that be, which means they're a gang. The CIA, the FBI, MI6, Israeli Mossad, they're a gang. They're a gang. And they're notorious on turning on people that used to be down with them. So he was part of that inner circle. Probably said it, did something they didn't like, and that gang turned on him. So he got turned out by, guess what? Gang violence. Tell you, man, the Most High is the Most High is beautiful. The Most High is beautiful. The create was that the master of terrors. Because you play with the Most High will mock you in the worst way. And that's the thing. He got taken out on camera for all the world to see. He would never denigrate the Israelite community again. And not for nothing, for you Northern Kingdom, he was talking greasy about y'all too. So don't think he was just Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Understand that. So the Lord had to silence him. So let me get these few scriptures and we'll wrap it up. First Peter 4:17. First Peter 4:17. Slacking for the show being long, I had to get all this off my chest. First Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin with us, where shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So yeah, listen, we're in judgment season. This is the talk that I want to have with you guys. We're in judgment season right now. Judgment for Esau, judgment for the other nations, also judgment for Israel. A lot of you, listen, a lot of jakes that gonna get caught up in what's to come, martial law, mass incarceration, blah blah blah. Listen, you might see another crime bill come out. A lot of our people won't get judged by that. And the Most High said, "If the righteous, the Most High said to Peter, if the righteous shall scarcely be saved." What you think gonna happen to the sinner and the ungodly? The sinner meaning our people that go off and they're godly, these other nations. What you think gonna happen with them? They're done. So now it's time for all of us, starting with myself. We got to tighten up. And let me give you an encouragement scripture, 1 Peter 3:13. We still in the book of Peter. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 13. And who is he that will harm you if you be followers of that which is good? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, listen, if you know what I'm saying, like listen, if you're walking the thin and narrow, the Most High gonna send his angels to guard you and protect you from the wicked of our people and from these other nations. Again, you know it's a 3-hour show. If you got a chance, comb through it and pause. When I pause during some of the clips that I showed you. Dude, if I could find some more, I might do a part 2. Hopefully not as long. Show about this and just show you what these Edomites is really. They chomping at the bit to pretty much a purge. They want a purge. They want to hurt anybody that's not them because they feel that their numbers are dwindling and they're gonna be replaced. So that they don't lose their power, so that they won't be replaced, so they won't be conquered and the captivity and have all the dirt that they done back to them. They gonna wild out. So now's the time to tighten up, to have the Most High's guardian angels around you. And if for you single ladies that might be listening, hey, listen, now it's not the time to be on that single woman kick. Because the thing about these races is their main target is women and children. A lot of times, women with children. A lot of times, like they'll feel if they say like a black woman by herself with her child or with her children, they a lot of times they feel emboldened to step up to her and start some nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You might have to get a man, or you might have to get something to defend yourself. You might have to get a pew pew. You know what I'm saying? You might have to get the stabby. You know what I'm saying? You might have to get the you might have to get a stun gun, a taser. Brothers, you too. You might have to get the pew pew. You might have to go to the gym and train. Because these Edomites, they're in fair mode, and listen, when people are in fair mode, they tend to lash out and act erratically. You got to be careful with them. Let me read a couple more scriptures, and we're done. We're gonna read Ephesians 6, because of the time that we're in. Listen, it's time to put on the whole armor. Time to put on the whole armor of the Most High. So Ephesians 6 and 6 and 10. Find my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the to withstand in the evil day, and have done all to stand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, put on that. It's time. It's that time. Pray for yourself. Pray for your children. Fast if you have to. Fast. Pray. Go over scriptures. You know, whatever vices or demons you might be battling, do your best to shake them. And put on that whole armor of the Most High so that you be able to stand in that day. You see what Charlie Kirk has said. You see what Matt Walsh has said. You see what Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world. You see what his thoughts are about black people. And last but not least, you see what J.D. Vance, the current vice president of the United States, you see what he said. All those stuff that they send on Twitter, they're dog whistles. Meaning they talking code so that other, so that other racist folks just like them can hear and understand what they're saying. They're dog whistles. Like if you're not in the know, it's gonna go over your head. But if you're in the know, you're gonna hear the message that they're saying. The dark days are here. It's going to be a witch hunt against black men, and yeah, sure, when they do decide to go, when they do decide to start rolling out with that nonsense, yeah, sure, they're gonna grab up Pookie, Thuggo, Man, Nook. You know what I'm saying? The bug us around people that wilding out. But listen, you know how these Edomites get down. They're not gonna stop at Thuggo. They're not gonna stop at Pistol Pete. They're not gonna stop at Pookie. They're gonna start grabbing up innocent brothers too. They're gonna start grabbing up just our sons, our nephews, our brothers, maybe us. Because according to their convoluted, twisted stats, 1 in every 22 black men is gonna commit murder. So they're gonna be on some, why take the chance, throw them all in jail. This is what's coming. The dark days are here. My final scripture. For anyone that's reading, just read Psalms 91. Blessing for protection over you and your family. So Psalms 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare and the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord thy refuge, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. Thou shalt no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon shall thou trample under feet. because he has set his love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him, and I will be with him in trouble, and I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. So that's just it. It's a prayer. And the Psalms are actually prayers. So just reading a prayer for protection over Israel. You know what I'm saying, to protect us for the evil day, for the days that are ahead. Again, I apologize. 3 hours and 30 minutes. I know I could be long-winded at times, and it was a lot of videos, but I just need you guys to see the type of person that Charlie Kirk really was, and to see all the people who think like him or in his circle, what they think of you as well. The dark days are here. So that's just it. You know what I'm saying? Most I bless. Any more important conversations, I will do. I will do those videos. I'll do more videos. Most I bless. I'll be more consistent. This restream is working pretty good. I like it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just it. Thank you guys so much for staying on this long. And that's it. Was at 9 p.m. Lines of Israel, Detroit. We have their Sabbath class. So if you can tune in, so I say a Shah Shabbat, giving all thanks to the Most High Yahweh and His Son Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. So with that, I say Shalom. Happy Sabbath.